Racing in the last now. Good dispatch it was too. They've all made good beginnings. And getting out on the inside, we've got Northern Venture that's quickly away, and so too is Inky Car, and it spears up towards the lead. So Inky Car takes over from Alana D, and Row of Diamonds wider out. The favourite Hartley Princess is in that group also. Then Northern Venture back on the inside. It's followed next then by Wingatui Kid. Blue Esquire is pulling for its head next as they work their way out of the straight on the first and only time. That was followed back then on the inside by Capacity. Got to run through a little deeper out on the outside of those runners to Blue Esquire, still pulling for its head. Going around the outside of those quickly Bryant's Cove. Erin Alas back about midfield. Then about a length and a half to Buster Bruiser. It's followed back on the inside of those runners to Jumbelda. About a length away to Ocean Port, and last of all is Arctic Destroyer. 1450 out from home, and Inky Car the leader, joined by Bryant's Cove about a neck away at the 1400. About 3 lengths to Row of Diamonds. Back on the inside of those to Northern Venture. A length away on the outside of Hartley Princess, lobbing along about 5th. It's followed back on the inside of Lana D, then Capacity worked one off the fence. The next runner then is Wingatui Kid back on the inside next to Erin Alas. Going around them a little deeper out then was Blue Esquire. Back on the inside next then we've got Buster Bruiser. It's followed on the outside to Ocean Port, who's a little deeper out on the outside of Erin Alas, and about a length and a half away next to Jumbeld, and Arctic Destroyer is last of all. Starting to pack up just slightly. There's about 9 lengths first to last. At the end of the back straight, Inky Car took them towards the 800 metre mark by a length and a half over Row of Diamonds. Back on the inside next then to Bryant's Cove. Hartley Princess the favourite, travelling nicely. Then back on the inside of those next then we've got it. But then Hartley in fact on the inside next then as they work their way towards the 600 metre mark, we've got Northern Venture. Over on the outside of Northern Venture next is Wingatui Kid. Capacities in that group also. Blue Esquire's deeper out, followed back then by Jumbel, then Erin Alas, further back to Ocean Port, Alana D, Buster Bruiser, and last of all is Arctic Destroyer. Into the straight, Inky Car and Row of Diamonds are the other two from Northern Venture. Here's the favourite coming down the outside, Hartley Princess levelled with them. Capacities running on strongly also, then followed back then by Bryant's Cove. Hartley Princess, Northern Venture giving plenty the inside. Capacity and Bryant's Cove winding up with Erin Alas. Hartley Princess in front of Capacity and Erin Alas. Hartley Princess has beaten in photos. We've got Capacity and Erin Alas, or Erin Alas Capacity. Either way, then followed home by Bryant's Cove, then came Northern Venture. It's followed home by Jumbel, then further back to Inky Car on the inside, Buster Bruiser. That was followed home wider out by Wingatui Kid. Then further still back in the field we had Ocean Port. It was followed home by Arctic Destroyer, then came Alana D, and Blue Esquire has come home at the tail of the field. So coming back at the head of the field, the winner, the favourite, Hartley Princess, certainly deserves its win, being very, very consistent of late. And Hartley Princess, number 4, in the hands of Damien Brown, comes back at the head of the field. She's a 5-year-old chestnut mare by Noble Bijou out of Princess Kasur. Is owned by Messrs W.G. Old and E.L. Moyle, trained by W. Graham of Wingatui. Damien Brown, the successful rider.